I want you to get this, that the past is over whenever you choose it to be. If you can forget where you put your keys, or you can forget what you learned in high school, you can forget trauma that happened then too. You can recode any internal limitation that you choose to. You see, we are built with a way to heal physical trauma, right? We have physical pain, our body heals, but mentally and emotionally, it seems that we hold on to those, and for very good reason. Now, you can either orient to the present moment as the earliest version of the future you that you're becoming, or the most recent version of the past you. Now, the past you and the future you are both invisible. They're both made up. They don't exist. And so what we tend to do a lot of time is put a lot of weight on the past, assuming that because it's already happened to us, that is going to happen again, and that's the way it should be. I want you to get this, that the past is over whenever you choose it to be. Whenever you choose to decide that you are no longer that person, you can let it go. You can forgive, you can release, and you can remember your future rather than remembering your past. And so if you can forget where you put your keys, or you can forget what you learned in high school, you can forget trauma that happened then too. Many people say, I can't really remember what happened to me as a kid, but I remember this one painful experience. And so there's a good reason why we remember. We remember because it was painful. So we've put a warning sign in our consciousness to say we don't want to experience that again. And it hasn't really helped, because instead of the warning sign stopping us from experiencing that, we just end up finding it in more places. And so what we need to remember is that all resistance is a part of us trying to protect a younger version of us from something that is finished years ago. It's still trying to protect us from that abuse or that pain or that trauma. And so whenever we choose to, we can simply allow ourselves to let it go. The past can be over whenever you choose it to be. So with regard to the past, let's operate and relate to ourselves and each other as if we had no choice, right? Like, let's operate like we had no choice. Let's not spend any time lamenting choices, since we were doing the best we could with what we had. Also, maybe we just got pulled in to some other people's choices and other people's unconscious agendas that had, to no fault of our own, that was really difficult or traumatic. But there's no point to hold on to it, because it's happened. A mentor of mine once said, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. And it's wrong. It is too late. If it wasn't happy for you, it is what it is. It's never too late to let it go and start fresh. And so as you're reading this, today can be the very first time that you choose to let go of your past. And so with regard to the future, let's operate and relate to ourselves as if we have nothing but choice. And so as you step forward into the future now, and into this new future now, you're choosing how you're showing up, you see. Because what things mean in life is determined by how they feel, okay? And how they feel is determined by what it is that's happened in our past, but that allows us to feel a certain way. If you live like you have no past, you will experience total bliss. So just imagine right now, and close your eyes, that you have no past. Just imagine that you have no past, that there's nothing there. You will realize without a past, most problems disappear. Imagine you have no past and then think about a problem. See, it's all programming. It's all learning. You learnt what it is that is causing you limitation, fear, worry, or anxiety. It's all learnt. And since it's learnt, it's not you. It's a learning. It's a programming. And whenever you choose, you can create different programming. See, if our programming leads to a negative feeling, then whatever the context or experience is, we'll experience it as bad, because then it will mean it's bad. And we build up a model that experience of that thing is bad. And then we'll never experience it any other way until we back out and change the programming. And so what's really unfortunate is, even though we have an ability to heal physical trauma of our body, we're not given a natural way to heal emotional or mental trauma. And that's why the recode is so important. It's so important to be able to rise to our higher self and let go of who we've been in service of who we're becoming. You see, you don't want to get to the end of your life and it says, at age 5, had a traumatic experience, never recovered. You don't want to be that person. And so whenever you're ready, you can choose to be different. You can choose to let go of who you've been. And it is so important to notice that you've done this many, many times before. What you must do is learn to rise out of your unconscious wounding to your superconscious and do the recode, which if you want, you can come and try a session with me for free. Remember this, is you can recode any limitation because it's all made up. You created it all. It's all a learning.